All right, so we have a glow plug out. It appears to be cylinder number 2, glow plug number 2. So on a Kodiak, you're like, wow, the engine's really buried in there. Well, if you had 4, 6, or 8, yes, it would be, you're gonna have some problems in there a little bit. But look at number 2. Number 2 is the very front passenger side. And it happens to be, well, you can't really see it, can you? It's literally right above that silver thing right there, right behind the oil fill. So it's actually quite gettable. All right, let's take everything off so we can see, and we'll try to get some better light on that. So 1 clip, 2 clips. Save these because these are the only things that really hold this on. And then this thing comes up, kind of just slides forward. All right, I think it's clipped on here too. Oh yeah, it comes up. I think I'm gonna need 2 hands to wiggle that off, but let me do that real quick. All right, so it looks like there's 2 right there. That's number 2. And it looks like actually number 4 right there is pretty reasonably to get to. I think 6 probably could make it work. 8's a ways back there. Gonna have to get kind of wiggly up in there. But let's see. So really, I have the easiest one available to do, number 2. So we're gonna go see what sizes are needed for. And as you can see, once you have the wheel well out of the way, you've got a fair bit of access to most of what you need right here. And it's still a kind of a bit of a pain to do much, but it's a lot better once the wheel well is out of the way. Okay, so I had to use go up to the 3/8 size. Need a little bit more leverage than what the little one would give me. But break it loose and then just do it by hand. These really shouldn't be that tight. You can see it kind of right about there. So if you're not in the Rust Belt, like this truck used to be, but it is not now, there we go. Number 2. So this is an AutoZone replacement. They say you're supposed to only do glow plugs in sets, which is probably true. That said, as you saw, these are kind of hard to do all of them. So we are just going to do this one. This is from Advanced Auto Parts. There's the number. We're going to put this one in. I'm going to need to get some copper or any kind of anti-seize. Definitely don't want to use Loctite. Oh, look at that. This one comes with a new nut. So in case you lost the other one, or if it was super rusty, where this was a West Virginia truck before I brought it to Georgia. So there's some rust on stuff, but I still brought it down here because it's not terrible. I mean, there is rust, but nothing a wire wheel. Nothing too serious that a wire wheel and some paint couldn't figure out if I really wanted to. So there's a comparison between old and new. Let me go grab some anti-seize to be putting on there. All right, so we got a little bit of anti-seize on there. This one's the copper anti-seize. I don't know if that's matters, but anything on there is better than nothing. You saw how that came out. The other one came out. So let's get this. All right. So that is there. We're gonna hook the ratchet up to this. I have no idea what the torque spec is on this, but with my experience in engines, which is not a lot, but it's more than most, I can tell this is not gonna be that tight, whatever the factory torque spec is. So we're just gonna give her the old snuggaroo with 3/8. I figure with the engine heat over time, we'll snug it up even more. All right, that is definitely on there. There we go. And now we have a new glow plug. I gotta put that, if you can wire wheel or brush that thing back, the connector back on it before you put the nut on, that would give you a good connection. But I don't think I'm gonna mess with it right now since it's getting dark, and to be honest, that's not that difficult to get to. It's only difficult because I'm trying to hold the camera. Yeah, see, I could hold this with one hand and just briefly scrub it with another. Let's see, how bad does this other side look? So we're just gonna put that back on there and put the nut back on, but I'm not gonna film that part. It's an 8. Same thing, putting it all back together. That took me less than half an hour. I assume 4 would be probably pretty darn close to the same time. Those two are pretty open on this truck. That's all there is on this video. Thanks for watching.